Welcome to Painlaw. I'm Adam Goldfein. This is Richard Griffin. If you've been involved in an accident and you are concerned, say, okay, well, what's my case worth? Right? People make the assumption, and I'm going to throw this one at you, okay?
Okay.
I broke my arm. My arm is worth the same as your arm.
In workers' comp?
No, well, in say a car accident. I'm going to make it really simple. We get into a car accident.
Right.
There's a 3-car pileup. You were in it, I was in it, and someone ran into the two of us.
Okay.
Our arms are worth the same. True or false?
False.
Why?
Well, the medical expenses might be the same if we had exactly the same injury.
Same break, right.
But how you're impacted by that break may be different than the way I'm impacted.
Okay.
That may be the same because we may have similar job duties and our lives may be similar. But for example, let's say that one of us was a professional musician and you could not perform, you couldn't play the instrument because of a broken arm. That would be worth a whole lot more money than if my arm were broken because I could still talk on the phone, I could still go to court, I might have trouble working on the computer and answering the settlement calculator requests that I get. But it would be a situation where every case is different. So that's where you got to see, what are the medical expenses, what are the pain and suffering elements.
So let me give you an example, and then you help me understand. Okay, somebody's watching and they're involved in a car accident. They're saying, okay, let me see what Richard would say on this. Well, the insurance company says, or my neighbor says, all personal injury claims are worth twice your medical bills. Take your medical bills, multiply it by 2, that's your number. And you say, slow down, because I've heard you say this before, we're going to evaluate the claim.
Right.
Okay. Give me 2 or 3 ways you actually work the claim and can enhance the value and get a larger recovery because of your expertise.
All right, I'll be glad to. The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to get in there right after the accident, and we're going to get the recorded statements that need to be taken. You got to prove liability before you can even start proving damages.
So we're going to make sure it's like securing the crime scene.
Right.
We're going to make sure we can prove this thing.
Right.
Right. Okay. So now that's one.
Witnesses can disappear, so those recorded statements are very important.
All right. We want to make sure that they don't make up a story that we can't say, no, that's not what happened. This is what happened.
And that happens. Sometimes at the scene they'll say, I'm so sorry. Later they'll tell their adjuster, hey, I wasn't at fault. They pulled in front of me, and they change their story.
Okay.
If you don't have witnesses or if you don't document that, get the police to the scene so they can document as much as possible about the accident scene. You could be in trouble.
All right. Give me another example.
Another example is you need medical treatment, and people sometimes don't have health insurance, or even if they do, they don't have their co-pays.
Or maybe they stop going for medical treatment, right? Because they're concerned about that, right?
A lot of times they do that. They limit the treatment because they're scared of the expense. Well, the trouble with that is that, number one, it's going to be hard for you to physically get better because you need to follow the orders of the doctor. You need to get the treatment that's needed to get better.
All right.
It also means that you don't have the documentation you need.
You can't prove you were hurt.
Right.
So without the medical treatment, the insurance company is going to say what?
They're going to say you weren't hurt. That's their default is always going to be you were not hurt or you're
not
hurt.
So they're banking on the fact that the person is being modest and the person's being conservative, or maybe the person has limited income and they don't have the money to just spend on all sorts of doctors. The insurance company uses that against them?
Right, they do. And we're able to do several things to help with that. First of all, you can use health insurance. You can use MedPay, which is part of your own automobile insurance. But if you don't have that, you don't have to pay a penny out of pocket, because if you have a good personal injury case, when we're involved, there are going to be doctors that will treat on a lien, so you can get the treatment that you need. Now, also,
what does that mean, though, on a lien? So I go to the doctor. How much do I have to pay the doctor?
You don't have to pay anything.
All right. And what if we win the case? Well, can I pay him out of the
You'll pay him out of the proceeds. Now, if we didn't win the case, you still would owe the money. It's not contingent. Like my attorney fee is contingent upon me getting a recovery.
Well, explain that. Slow it down and explain. So if I hire you,
yes,
and we lose,
right,
what do I owe you?
Nothing.
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 All right. Give me another one. I want to know how much my case is worth. You're telling me you're going to be able to enhance the value. I come to your office. I sit down. I take an hour of your time. You're a big, high-powered attorney. What do I got to pay you?
0.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, we're here to help, number one, and we want to make sure that we don't do anything but give you an opportunity to get the treatment you need, to find out what your case is worth. There are situations where people, they have a great case, but they're starving to death, and they need to borrow money. Now, as a law firm, we can't loan them money, but if we're involved, there are funding companies that we can let them talk to that can even loan them money to survive while we're trying to get the recovery.
You're evaluating the entire claim.
Absolutely.
And you're trying to make it easy for the individual, taking in real-world situations, right? Paying for doctors, and then at the same time making sure, and I think this is the critical piece, If people are pressured because of real-world realities, you have bills to pay, college expenses, school, car bills, you're out of work, the insurance company is going to use that leverage to make them settle quicker than they may need to, right?
They are.
Okay.
They're going to delay, they're going to deny, and they're going to hope that you will take little or nothing to go away. So it is very important to get an attorney involved.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that you take the opportunity and take advantage of the opportunity that Richard is providing you with. Think about it. He'll offer you a consultation free of charge. You make up your mind, you gather the facts, you make an informed decision. You see and ask, what's the value of my claim, and then ask the questions. He says he can enhance the value. Show me, Richard, how we can make this case and maximize the recovery so I can get all the dollars I'm entitled to from all the potential responsible parties. Now, the only way you're going to get that is by either calling the number on the screen or going to the website, because if you're in pain, you need Painlaw.
I'm attorney Richard Griffin, the legal expert and co-host of the Painlaw Show. How much is my case worth? This is the #1 question asked by people injured at work or in a car accident. Now you can find out for yourself by using our new settlement calculator at 877painlaw.com. Now, knowing the projected settlement value gives you a goal. Hiring our experienced injury attorneys will help you get there. Call the Griffin Law Firm today at 877-PAIN-LAW or visit us at 877painlaw.com to find out how we can make all the difference in your case. After a car accident, you're faced with many difficult decisions. How can you get the medical treatment or even surgery you need? 877-PAIN-LAW can help. How can you pay your bills when you're too injured to work? 877-PAIN-LAW can help. How can you get the settlement that you need and deserve? 877-PAIN-LAW is the answer. I'm attorney Richard Griffin of the Griffin Law Firm. Call me right now at 877-PAIN-LAW so I can talk to you personally and explain how we can make all the difference in your case.